Hey yo everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is live. I am back with another Fallout 76 video, and today I'm going to be doing something that was requested quite heavily in some of my past videos, which was a revisit to the Commando damage rankings. So I will be testing the DPS and overall damage of each Commando weapon, including the unique variants of those weapons, and seeing how they stack against each other. I will also be testing the sneak damage for these weapons as well as the prime versus non-prime damage, so you guys can see in real-time data what is actually better and how much better is one over the other. And for some extra clarification, I will not be using perks such as Follow Through, Tenderizer, or Tormentor because those add way too many variables to testing, and I'm looking to keep things as uniform as possible. For testing purposes, I will be using the same legendary effects on each weapon, so everything again is uniform. Those will be Bloodied, Rapid, and VATS optimized. The legendary effects are largely irrelevant to testing since they are all the same, so if I went through and did testing for Furious damage for example, it would be the same rankings because each of the weapons again would be uniform, so there's no disparity between anything, so just keep that in mind going forward. So lastly, to calculate my damage, I simply shot at a wall for 1 minute with each weapon to see how many bullets each weapon could fire in that span of 1 minute. Going ahead and taking a look at the actual damage charts, I'm just going to have it pulled up on my desktop here so we can talk about it together and kind of go through each item of importance individually. So the top 3 weapons were the Enclave Plasma Flamer, no surprise, the overclocked version of the Laser Carbine, and the Elder's Mark. These are of course probably the most popular Commando weapons now since the update. The Laser Carbine was tested using the overclock, and I also did not calculate every single shot being at maximum heat stacks. I did do about 25-30 shots at the lowest possible damage, and then the rest of it at the highest possible. But either way, I do see this thing staying at number 2. I don't see Elder's Mark taking it over anytime soon. Going ahead and looking at the bottom 3, the Radium Rifle, the Enclave Plasma Rifle, and the Slug Buster did abysmal. They just did terrible. Now I do know that the laser weapons and the plasma weapons are doing glitched damage. They're not doing their true damage values. So you can largely ignore this damage placement as these are probably more in line with the top options rather than being all the way down here with something like the Alien Disintegrator. Also to note, the Railway Rifle did terrible. Whatever they did to this thing, they just completely neutered it. This thing is really bad now. It has super high damage per shot, or per magazine I should say, but other than that, the nerfs to this thing have definitely hurt it a lot, and I would suggest just not even bother using a Railway Rifle at this point, and just sticking with something you can actually sneak with. Moving on to sneak damage with prime receivers. The top weapon was the Elder's Mark by a large margin. It was not even close, followed by the Assault Rifle and then the Fixer. So it is interesting to see that the Assault Rifle has now taken over the Fixer and the Handmade as being the best ballistic, non-unique assault rifle in the game. It's not something I expected, and you can see that Radium Rifle again is just, it's not good. Maybe the radiation damage is just not shown on, Earl Williams because he's a mutant, but, regardless, the amount of human enemies in the game is just not that high, and they are extremely squishy, so in any case, I just would not use the Radium Rifle at all. Now, taking a look at the powerful receivers with sneak damage, you can see that the powerful receivers actually did more damage overall than the prime receivers did. And this is because they shot slightly more bullets. In the case of the Elder's Mark, it shot a lot more bullets with what would this be, 49 more bullets. It makes a big difference in that fire rate for some weapons. For other weapons, not so much. We're looking a 10 bullet difference on every other gun compared to their prime receiver. So, I mean, really, you might as well go with the prime receiver on everything but the Elder's Mark, just because the amount of damage you do gain is so small that you're not going to notice it really in any situation at all. So you might as well take the stat bonuses you get from prime receivers on those weapons. Now, taking a look at the powerful receiver damage for other weapons that are not sneaking, you can see that it is still higher than the prime receiver damage. The Enclave Plasma Flamer, I did not test anything but prime because I just don't have access to anything but prime. I don't have the calibrated, but I would imagine that the calibrated does do more damage since you are able to fire off like an additional 30 or so shots compared to the prime receiver. Now lastly, taking a look at the Elder's Mark, specifically, you can see that the armored piercing barrel, I think it's the barrel in the Elder's Mark, it's not like a magazine, actually does the highest base damage and DPS. It outperforms the hardened and the prime by a significant margin. Prime is 100% the worst option you can do on the Elder's Mark, so if you do have prime on your Elder's Mark right now, I would suggest taking it off unless you're finding something that is scorched and you can take advantage of that bonus damage. If not, I would just not run it. Just stick with the armor piercing. You get bonus damage to armor on top of it, so it's not just the best for damage, it's just the best overall for any situation, unless you're finding something that is scorched. That is all I have for you guys today in this video. If there's something you want me to cover, let me know down below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.